Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Zane Buring, please, done. That you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your address? Is it still 365?
No, I
Good.
have moved to Austin.
Everybody's moved. What is it now? East William Cannon.
Austin, Texas, yes, sir. East William County.
All right. Now, let's get to the meat, the guts of this one. You're charged with what's called engaging in organized criminal activity, which in summary, you and others collaborated in, according to the grand jury, in carrying on a criminal activity which involved illegal possession of a controlled substance and possession of dangerous drugs and illegal possession of marijuana. You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
And this, the way this has been indicted, this is a first-degree felony if convicted. You're facing life in prison if convicted. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What happened was y'all had a large-scale drug operation going on Homer Drive in Beaumont.
Another big bust in Beaumont. BPD officers found this. It's marijuana, suspected mushrooms, many other drugs and guns while searching a home on Homer Drive. The search happened Tuesday and police say charges are pending there as well.
And people convicted of such a thing we're talking about pounds of drugs. They end up paying a steep price. All right.
For roughly 4 weeks. It's a brand new case. Yeah, I just met this morning.
You can hire somebody anytime you wish. The taxpayers would love that rather than paying for your mess. We would rather have you earn it and pay for messes. But until then, fill that out. Zane Buren, you got drugs in your system. You got you tested positive for tetrahydrocannabinol marijuana. Your bond is revoked. What is his bond?
30,000, Judge.
Is revoked. It is now doubled to $30,000. Yeah, you can blame yourself, not anybody else. You got to have I'm going to speak and you be quiet. Thank you. This isn't a debate. The test shows you've got drugs in your system. All right. And stand by. Yeah. You shouldn't be surprised. I mean, you're in organized criminal activity of making drugs. Anyway, your bond is now $30,000. Plus, you have to have a drug patch as a condition of bonds. So if you post a bond, once any drug gets into your system, I'll know about it. And then you won't have a bond the next time. But this one out. Mr. Dusler, you're his attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right. He's going to be taken into custody. What's the next event?
An announcement, Judge.
An announcement in 4 weeks. That is all. And Mr. Buring on this date has filled out an indigent form. And Mr. Dusler will continue to represent him.
Your Honor, if I could address that for you first, I
Just doing
I don't know, who are you?
I'm the father of one of the defendants who got, I think, already locked up, Zane Bury.
Okay, who is his attorney?
He has a point of warning, but I was not, actually, that's what I was gonna speak to. I was gonna try. He got his bond revoked by you, so you know, had it during 30 year balances, sir.
Oh, today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And, well, sir, he was only arrested March 16th. And he, in school, he's working, he has not been using, he hasn't had enough time for the THC to get out of the system. And his attorney was just a point of, he should have told you that. But if you look, sir, he wasn't even picked up, he didn't even have a clue he had a warrant. But he has not been using, sir. I'm his father. I'm it's watching every single step of the way. It's making sure he's reporting, making sure he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's enrolled in school and he has a job at a recording studio. He is.
Yeah, that's right. I remember hearing about that.
Yes, sir. He is all the way out of trouble, Your Honor. He has not been using.
The scientific test proves otherwise.
Well,
It's not a debate.
To rest.
I'm sorry, it's not a debate. If he has drugs in his system when he's tested, that's all we know for sure, because you don't have any method of telling when that went to, you're gonna speak over me? You don't have any method of telling when that might happen. You don't know. You don't know. But when they're tested in the courtroom, when they test positive, sorry, they shouldn't have been ever using drugs in the first place. But when it tests positive, there is no way you can say that didn't have anything to do with recent use, misuse, not you. So you can, all right, you need to tell your attorney, the court's orders are what they are. I'm not changing them because of your opinion. Who is the attorney on the case? Who? Don Dusler. Is he
I
around?
didn't understand why he didn't say that to you in the beginning when you reported he didn't argue anything, and I didn't understand that.
You need to call him and talk to him. Don, what's his
He
phone
walked
number?
down on me, sir. I tried to speak.
I'm gonna give you his phone. I'm gonna give you his phone number. Here, come on out.
He told me he didn't care and that I get to go do something. We tried to speak to him 3 weeks since he was appointed to him. He would not answer his phone. He would not return calls. He would not return messages.
All right.
Not
What's
from anyone,
what's
sir.
the defendant's name? Again, your son's name?
Zane Buring.
Okay, I'm gonna set that for a hearing tomorrow morning.
Okay, we live in Austin, Texas. I got
I'm
up at
sorry.
4 a.m. to be here.
Yeah,
We were gonna
see, he's gone. What I wanted to do is set it for tomorrow, have Mr. Dusler in here explain why he's acting that way. If that's the way he's acting now, I'm hearing your version. I want to hear him too.
Yes, sir.
But he's supposed to handle, all the defendants are supposed to be represented by competent, vigorous representation.
And he told me outside he didn't care, sir. And that's where his words.
Well, I'd like to, yeah, I need to,
Is
to
there
talk
talk
to him
was
about
standing there when I was trying to talk to him? Oh, he would, he told me he didn't hear it. He was saying he was outside.
well, I mean, don't call witnesses if you
Sorry,
don't know what they're
no,
saying.
sir, I'm sorry. I just thought, no, he was standing there. I apologize. But Your Honor, I can attest to my son has been staying out of trouble.
Okay, but
I-
the scientific test proves otherwise. We've been doing this 19 years, sir. and
It's been less than 40 days, sir, since he was arrested. And I promise you, sir, he's been doing everything to stay out of the way. Enrolled in school, in
You're
college.
saying that the marijuana has been in his system for 40 days?
Sir, he's.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. I would like
Sorry,
I would-
it's not gonna work.
Sir,
It doesn't. That's not
marijuana
the way
can
it
last up
works.
to hair and hair follicles 90 days, up to 60 days in your urine if you're a chronic user.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. We're gonna give you, Mr. Dusler's number. I want to know if he's recusing. There's a posted note right there. If he is not, if he does not, answer phone calls in regards to immediate family members who are trying to
Yes,
get information for their client, that would be inappropriate. And I'll have,
yes, sir. I'm sorry.
and then, he's appointed at the court's discretion. And if lawyers are not, treating clients and relatives, of clients, especially those who are in custody appropriately and professionally, then I'll deal with it firmly.
Your Honor.
And that I don't put up with that. And I don't generally get complaints.
And I
But
would,
when it does, when we do, we get to we address them. You have a right to find out as much information as you can about your
3
child.
weeks, Your Honor, but Your Honor, I promise you, my son, I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for the fact that he was moving so well in life. I would not be standing here for him. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Well, look, just at the end of the day, not to say that you're
Still
don't act,
3,000.
don't act naive. But let me just tell you, when people use drugs, I've only been doing this for 40 years, involved as a defense attorney,
Yeah.
a prosecutor, a judge now for 19 years.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to drugs, people are rarely forthright
Yes, sir.
because it's something they know is wrong and they hide it. And it gets the best of them and they lose their abilities to really think rationally because they become the drug overpowers them. And it's always been that way.
Always, yes, sir.
And
As long as
and I see it over and over again.
brother
And
died of
the
drug
family
overdose.
members are the last, they're never going to do things in front of their family or let their family know because they know it's wrong. They're ashamed of it, but they're stuck. And I'm thinking, when we deal with this, we have a 92% success rate in our probation, especially drug cases.
Yes, sir.
The average is 75% in the country.
Yes.
We have a 92 because we deal with things pretty aggressively on getting help, especially with drugs.
Yes, sir.
But
I-
I know what you're saying,
he has,
but
he
I
doesn't
know,
use
I
any
don't,
other drugs.
but I
at
know
all.
what happens over and over
Yes,
again
sir.
for 40 years, sir.
Yes, sir.
40 years.
I have no
It's-
doubt in my
The
mind.
parents come up here and they're shocked and ashamed and they're trying to defend their child, but he's a grown up
Yes, sir.
and you don't see him all the time.
We,
And you don't see him all the time and they're not going to use drugs in front of you. They're
No,
not going
sir,
to want to
I do.
embarrass.
Yes, sir. I wouldn't, I understand what you're saying. Yes, sir.
But
Again,
and
he
the
doesn't
scientific
use-
test is what we use and that is
Your Honor, if
is,
you were
uh,
to give him a
proven.
chance, if you were to give him a chance, I can guarantee you, he comes back in for 30 days, he will not have anything in his
It's in the
system.
debate.
That would give
I don't
plenty
deal
of time
with-
for his system to be clean of marijuana.
I can't deal with, I'm not going to deal with you on that. He tested positive and that's what we test for. Now, his lawyer needs to get in the game to get him up here so we can resolve this case one way or the other.
So that's when I had asked him outside. I asked him if he would come in and try to talk to you. He said, no, this isn't Austin. And I said, sir, you're here to represent my son. He said,
That's,
do you live in Austin? And he brought up Austin again. I said, sir, I lived here as a child. I know what.
I
you see."
understand. And he
And then
shouldn't,
he walked off on me. And I
Well-
said, sir, can you please go let them know he hasn't been out?
Are you-
long?" And
Okay.
he's got school in the morning and work tomorrow.
I'm sorry. I can get him back in the morning and talk to the attorney and have him explain, but you're not going to be here. And having explained what you have told me and without you being here, it's not going to be much of a debate.
Yes, sir.
But I can bring your son back and ask or direct him, since I appointed him
That
as
would be
the attorney,
amazing, sir.
direct him to aggressively deal with this case and also be forthright with family members, close family members, so they are not in the dark on the way he's going to represent your son.
It's just for marijuana and that stuff binds to the
No.
fats. It's not like it's out of your system in 72 days. If you do the research, it binds to the fat cells in your
Thank
system.
you.
30 to 60
I'm familiar
days.
with it,
Yes,
sir.
Up to 90 in the hair.
But too often marijuana is used
Yes,
as a
sir.
carrier with other methods. And
He just had,
also you don't know what's in how marijuana, some marijuana is stronger than others and it just works that way and works differently. And that's why when you sniff it, if you smell it, you run like the wind,
Mhm.
especially if you're on bond. Yes, Don.
Yes, come on after guys. Thank you very much.
No, I won't. So that.
It was an add-on in Sean there.
It's not even shown.
No, it was not. We did it.
What are we doing?
He tested positive yesterday and you wanted him brought back today. Basically, he's asking for some more time, but once he gets out of jail to our attorney, so 4 or 5 week reset.
I need his
Fine
fine.
bearing, but I know you're gonna get a test daily until he tests positive.
They test negative.
Negative, I mean.
The object is not to use drugs and stay in jail. It's to stop using drugs. You tested positive yesterday for THC. Did you want to say something?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I had just got arrested a month ago, so even if I had stopped smoking weed then, I would have not been clean yesterday when I came in. I smoke copious amounts of marijuana, so if I smoke 2 ounces, it's not gonna come out of my system in 30 days, you know? So I came here only because it wasn't that I'm not trying to get clean. I am trying to get clean. I'm trying to do the right thing. So it's not me being in jail is gonna help me do the right thing, but I can guarantee that next time I do come to court, I will be clean. I will not be dirty. I will be clean. I will be on top of my game. Everything you need me to have getting done, I get it done.
How old are you?
I'm 29, sir.
You think it's about time you grew up and matured and
I'm
became an
trying to.
adult, or are you going to stay childish the rest of your life?
Grow up, so I'm trying to get
Really?
together.
How long have you been using drugs?
I mean, I've probably been smoking weed. I don't use drugs, I only smoke weed, so. But since I was like 14 years old.
14.
Yes,
And you're
sir.
how old right now? 90. You were born in 95, so you're 30 years old.
29.
You're going on 30 in
Yes, sir.
October.
Yes, sir.
No. Okay. Well, how many? Each time you use drugs illegally, it's a crime. It's a foolish decision, and it's a wrong decision. How many of those wrong decisions do you think you've made?
I've made a lot, sir.
Thousands?
You did a lot, sir. I can agree to that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's never too late to mature,
Yes, sir.
but talking about it doesn't do it.
That's what I'm trying.
You got to
I'm trying to show you.
walk the walk. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Everybody says, just let me out of the mouse trap. I'll never eat cheese again. But there are a lot of cheese eaters,
Yes, sir.
like a mouse. Just let me out. I'll never eat cheese again. But that's the nature of their beast, of the beast. They eat cheese.
Right.
Similarly, people get attached to drug usage and they will say and do anything to get out of confinement.
No, that's not the point here, sir. I have school that I'm.
You can say no all day long. Don't make me sound foolish. You and I know.
I'm trying to go.
Hold on. How long have you been using drugs?
Since I was 14.
Half of your life.
Correct.
You don't think that's a consistent wrong choice lifestyle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, anyway, what was your bond? We revoked it. Yes.
It was, I believe, 15,000.
Yes, sir.
Well, he's not going anywhere testing positive. We're gonna have to see. What's in his
If he would
system.
reinstate his original bond as soon as he tested.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's gonna be doubled and they'll have to have a drug count, like all of them, but you're gonna sit over there and we'll test you and see if you're testing positive or not, but until you test negative, I'm not letting you amble out of here. You understand? Sit over there.
You understand?
Thanks.
I just have school I'm trying to attend. I mean,
You can talk about it all day long. You gotta do it, sir. What else?
It's all, I was gonna reset him. He'll still test positive today.
Also,
Reset him for us. Announcement, maybe his family can hire an attorney.
okay. Jacali Palmer.
Judge, if I could speak to the prosecutor, Mr. Carr, about that. I'd like to withhold that for a little while.
And Dalen Parkerson.
Dalen Parkerson, Judge, I'd like to have a reset on that. There's some additional investigation.
How much time do you need? 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
That's all? Okay. That's reset. Darius Smith. Darius, get a reset. Darius Smith.
Darius Smith would also like his case set for trial, I believe.
Who goes to trial for unlawful possession of a firearm by a fellow?
I'm not trying to put a transfer. I just know Mr. Rose is a busy man, and I was just trying to get the case resolved.
Oh, you were.
Well,
He says he.
because
I'm not offering information.
school to all parts.
What's he offering? What's he offering?
The offer on it is 4 years, 4 years TDC.
Hold on, but I'm sorry, y'all are going a little fast. So is Mr. Palmer going over there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Mr. Parkinson's being reset.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Yes, I just.
It's not highlighted. That's fine.
Zane You're still testing positive.
What's up? It's not.
You're not getting out until that changes. So you're taking it into custody.
Get back there. Say is he blind with fucking get back.
Again, Darius Smith had this conviction on June 7th out of Ellis County. So every time, so you commit a third-degree felony each time you're unlawfully possessing a firearm.
That probably, hold on, let me turn the locks.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
What other convictions do you have?
I have a
Yeah.
felony marijuana.
The one in 17 from Ellis County, right?
Yes, sir.
What else? That's it.
She already have one already.
Mr. Newman, please raise your right hand and swear to affirm to tell the truth and the truth and nothing but the truth, help you God. Need you to each of your right hand. Okay, please sit down.
There's a firearm underneath your seat, the driver's seat.
Yes, sir.
And what's your defense on this?
I had forgot it was there that morning.
That ain't, that's so what?
I understand, but I had took it for like.
That's an extended mag style where it's got 30 rounds, Judge.
See, you're not eligible for probation. You're not eligible even in front of a jury or conviction. Prior felony conviction. Because I don't know if you understand that or not. So
2.5 right now in school. I was just.
so what?
in school.
Yeah, you got like, just like me.
Yeah.
What would I lose
Yeah.
if I commit a crime? A lot more than you. That's why
Yes, sir.
I don't commit crimes, but
I understand.
um,
So I had got there from my home.
it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It's illegal possession. I mean, it's
They was trying to keep.
the lower, the lowest is 2. They can do 2. Yes. How much time does he have credit?
Probably not much.
2 days.
Hmm?
2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. In summary, this indictment alleges that on or about May 18th, 2024 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third-degree felony of unlawful possession of a firearm by a previous convicted felon. Do you understand what you were charged with? If convicted, you face a term of not more than 10 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
An agreement's been reached in your case where you will be pleading guilty. Whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 4 years in prison. We'll order a pre-sentence report and come back after that is done, and then everybody gets to sound in, and then the court makes its decision.
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I think you're looking at no less than 2, no more than 4 years confinement. You're looking at deferred or unadjudicated probation, and also regular probation can be assessed. So those are 3 options. I'm going to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document voluntarily? Understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents true and correct?
Yes.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence.
Objection.
Without objection admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this the state, so help you God. Is that a true and correct?
Yes, sir.
The State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. And the court makes findings in support of State's Exhibit 1. And those findings are in accordance with the recitations in State's Exhibit 1 made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report will be ordered. We'll be returning back, and you'll get a resetting. Everybody will come back and sound in, and then the court will make its decision then. And please get a resetting from this lady. What is it, about 4 weeks?
I did June 20.